Life is a series of interactions, relationships, and connections. But inevitably, in the midst of this intricate web, you will encounter moments of pain, betrayal, and hurt. It is in these moments that your true character is tested, not by how you act, but by how you choose to not react. When someone hurts you, the natural instinct is to strike back, to defend your pride, to prove your worth. But I tell you, the greatest strength you can demonstrate is restraint. It is in the silence of your response that true power is found. Why? Because when you master your emotions, you master your destiny. You see, reacting out of pain often leads to decisions made in haste, words spoken in anger, and actions that you may regret. But when you take a step back and seek to understand the situation, you give yourself the gift of clarity. You begin to see the situation not as a personal attack, but as an opportunity for growth. Responding with grace, even when you've been wronged, elevates you above the situation. It shows that your values are not swayed by the actions of others. Remember, you are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you choose to respond to what happens. Focus on the bigger picture. Every reaction, every word spoken in anger has the potential to derail your purpose and your peace. Is that fleeting satisfaction of retaliation worth sacrificing your peace of mind? Is it worth losing sight of your goals? I assure you it is not. Understand that your identity is secure. You do not need to prove who you are by reacting to every offense. Those who know their worth, those who understand their value, can walk in silence, knowing that their identity is unshaken by the words or actions of others. There is power in silence. Silence does not mean defeat. Silence means wisdom. It speaks volumes about your strength, control, and discernment. It is a declaration that your peace is too valuable to be disturbed by trivial matters. Guard your heart. Protect that inner sanctuary where your peace resides. Do not allow the actions of others to infiltrate and disrupt the harmony within you. Instead, let forgiveness be your shield. Forgiveness does not excuse the behavior, but it frees you from the emotional chains of bitterness and resentment. And finally, remember this: let God fight your battles. Vindication, justice, and recompense do not come from your hands, but from a higher power. Trust that your silence is not in vain. It is a demonstration of your faith that the battle is not yours to fight. So when hurt comes your way, and it will choose not to react, choose to rise above, to maintain your dignity, and to keep your focus on the path ahead. In your silence, you will find strength, peace, and ultimately victory. When someone wrongs you, the immediate urge is to react, to assert your position, to defend yourself. This urge is natural, but it is not always beneficial. The true measure of strength lies in the ability to exercise restraint, to hold back when everything within you screams to retaliate. Restraint is not a sign of weakness, rather, it is the hallmark of true power. To restrain yourself in the face of provocation requires a deep understanding of who you are and what you stand for. It's a recognition that your identity and self-worth are not dictated by external circumstances or the actions of others. When you choose restraint, you are choosing to rise above the situation, refusing to let the actions of others pull you down to a level that is beneath your purpose. Restraint allows you to maintain control over your emotions rather than allowing your emotions to control you. It is easy to lash out in anger, but it takes true strength to pause, reflect, and decide not to react. This moment of pause is where your power lies. It is in this space that you regain control, where you determine the outcome rather than letting the situation dictate it. By choosing not to react, you are preserving your energy for what truly matters. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every offense deserves your attention. Restraint helps you to conserve your resources, to focus on the bigger picture, and to channel your energy towards your goals and higher purposes. It's a declaration that you are not easily swayed or thrown off course by the actions of others. Moreover, restraint sends a powerful message to those around you. It demonstrates that you are a person of wisdom and maturity, someone who understands the value of self-control. It shows that you are not driven by impulsive emotions, but guided by a deeper sense of purpose and integrity. In a world that often glorifies immediate responses and quick reactions, restraint sets you apart as someone who operates on a higher plane. Restraint also opens the door to better outcomes. When you refrain from reacting in the heat of the moment, you allow space for clarity to emerge. This clarity can lead to more thoughtful responses, ones that are aligned with your values and long-term goals. It also gives others the opportunity to reflect on their actions, potentially leading to reconciliation or understanding that would have been impossible in the midst of a heated exchange. In essence, restraint is not about suppressing your emotions, it's about mastering them. It's about recognizing that true power lies not in how loudly you can speak or how quickly you can react, but in how wisely you can choose to respond or not respond at all. It is this power in restraint that ultimately leads to peace, wisdom, and a life lived with purpose. Emotions are a fundamental part of who we are as human beings. They give color to our experiences, shape our relationships, and drive us to take action. However, when left unchecked, emotions can also become a force of destruction, leading us to make decisions that we later regret. The key to living a life of purpose and integrity lies in mastering your emotions, harnessing their power without being controlled by them. Mastering your emotions begins with understanding them. It's not about denying how you feel or pretending that certain emotions don't exist. Instead, it's about acknowledging your emotions, recognizing their source, and understanding why they arise in certain situations. This self-awareness is the foundation of emotional mastery. When you understand why you feel a certain way, you can better manage how those feelings influence your thoughts and actions. Once you've gained this understanding, the next step is to develop the ability to pause. In the heat of the moment, when emotions are running high, it's easy to react impulsively. But mastering your emotions means creating a space between the emotion and your response. This space allows you to choose your actions consciously rather than being driven by the intensity of the moment. It's in this pause that you can evaluate the situation, consider the consequences of your actions, and decide on the most constructive way to proceed. Emotional mastery also involves learning to redirect your emotions in a positive way. Anger, for example, can be a powerful motivator for change when channeled correctly. Instead of letting anger lead to destructive actions, you can use it to fuel your determination, to inspire you to address injustices, or to push you toward achieving your goals. Similarly, sadness can be a source of deep reflection, leading to personal growth and a greater understanding of life's complexities. By mastering your emotions, you transform them from potential liabilities into valuable assets. Another critical aspect of mastering your emotions is not allowing them to dictate your identity. Emotions are temporary states. They come and go like waves in the ocean. But your identity, your values, and your purpose are far more enduring. When you allow emotions to control you, you risk making decisions that are inconsistent with who you truly are. But when you master your emotions, you maintain alignment with your core beliefs, ensuring that your actions reflect your true self, even in challenging situations. Mastering your emotions also means not being swayed by external circumstances. Life will inevitably present challenges, and people may hurt or disappoint you. But by mastering your emotions, you remain centered, able to navigate these situations with grace and composure. You learn to respond to life from a place of inner strength rather than reacting to the external world's fluctuations. This inner strength allows you to remain focused on your goals and true to your values, regardless of what is happening around you. In relationships, mastering your emotions is vital for maintaining harmony and understanding. When you control your emotions, you communicate more effectively, listen more deeply, and respond more thoughtfully. You become a source of stability for those around you, someone who can be relied upon to remain calm and level-headed even in difficult situations. This emotional maturity fosters trust and respect, deepening your connections with others. Ultimately, mastering your emotions is about living with intention. It's about taking ownership of your emotional life and using it to enhance your journey rather than derail it. It's a commitment to personal growth, to becoming the best version of yourself, and to living a life that is guided by purpose, wisdom, and strength. By mastering your emotions, you not only gain control over your inner world, but you also influence the outer world in a way that is positive, impactful, and aligned with your highest ideals. When someone hurts you, the instinct to retaliate can be strong, driven by a desire to protect yourself, to assert your dignity, or to make the other person feel the pain they've inflicted on you. However, retaliation often perpetuates a cycle of conflict, leading to further harm and misunderstanding. True wisdom lies in seeking understanding rather than giving in to the urge for revenge. Seeking understanding begins with shifting your perspective. Instead of focusing solely on your own hurt, take a step back and consider the situation from a broader view. Ask yourself why the other person acted the way they did. What might have motivated their behavior? Often people hurt others out of their own pain, insecurity, or misunderstanding. By trying to understand their perspective, you can gain insights that might not only explain their actions, but also soften your own emotional response. This approach doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, but it does mean looking deeper into the situation. Understanding the context can help you see that the offense might not have been as personal as it felt. It can also reveal underlying issues that need to be addressed, either within the other person or within the relationship itself. This kind of insight allows you to respond with wisdom rather than reacting out of anger or hurt. When you seek understanding, you open the door to resolution and healing. Instead of escalating the conflict through retaliation, you create an opportunity for dialogue and reconciliation. By approaching the situation with a desire to understand rather than to retaliate, you demonstrate emotional maturity and strength. This approach can diffuse tension, allowing both parties to move forward in a way that is constructive and respectful. Moreover, seeking understanding rather than retaliating preserves your own peace of mind. Retaliation might offer a momentary sense of satisfaction, but it often leaves behind a trail of guilt, regret, and ongoing conflict. On the other hand, when you seek to understand, you maintain your integrity and align your actions with your values. This not only protects your inner peace, but also contributes to a more positive and harmonious environment around you. Understanding also empowers you. It gives you the knowledge you need to respond effectively and thoughtfully. Instead of being caught up in a reactive cycle, you take control of the situation by choosing how you will respond based on a fuller understanding of what is happening. This shift from reaction to response is a powerful one, as it puts you in the driver's seat, allowing you to steer the situation toward a more positive outcome. Additionally, seeking understanding can transform your relationships. When others see that you are more interested in understanding their perspective than in retaliating, they are more likely to open up, to be honest, and to engage in meaningful dialogue. This fosters trust and respect, deepening your connections with others. It shows that you value the relationship enough to invest in understanding rather than tearing it down through conflict. In the end, seeking understanding over retaliation is about choosing a higher path. It's about recognizing that every interaction is an opportunity to learn, grow, and build rather than destroy. By prioritizing understanding, you elevate your response, showing that you are driven by wisdom and purpose rather than by fleeting emotions. This approach not only leads to more positive outcomes in the moment, but also sets a foundation for a life that is characterized by peace, strength, and meaningful connections. When faced with hurt or offense, responding with grace is a powerful choice that reflects both inner strength and maturity. Grace is not about weakness or passivity. Rather, it's about choosing to rise above the negativity, showing kindness, patience, and understanding even when it's not deserved. This choice is not just for the benefit of others, but for your own peace and integrity as well. You are choosing to prioritize your own peace and happiness over the temporary satisfaction of holding on to a grudge. This act of love can transform your relationships and your life, leading to deeper connections and a more fulfilling existence. Ultimately, the power of forgiveness lies in its ability to liberate you. It is a choice that empowers you to reclaim your life from the grip of past hurts. It allows you to live more fully in the present, with a heart unburdened by bitterness and a mind clear of lingering anger. In this way, forgiveness is not just an act you do for others, it is a gift you give to yourself, one that opens the door to greater peace, joy, and freedom. Trusting that God will fight your battles is a profound act of faith and surrender. It means releasing control over the outcomes of conflicts and challenges and instead placing your trust in a higher power to handle the situation according to divine wisdom and timing. This act of faith is not about inaction, but about redirecting your energy from fighting the battles yourself to focusing on maintaining your own peace and purpose. When you let God fight your battles, you acknowledge that there are forces and factors beyond your control. You recognize that some situations are too complex or overwhelming to handle alone. By surrendering the struggle to God, you admit that your understanding is limited and that a higher power has the capability to address issues in ways that you might not even see. This trust allows you to step back from the immediate pressure and emotional strain of the battle, knowing that you are supported by a force greater than yourself. Letting God fight your battles also means releasing the need for vengeance or retribution. It's about choosing not to retaliate or engage in conflict out of anger or frustration. Instead, you trust that divine justice will prevail in its own time and manner. This trust liberates you from the burden of seeking revenge or holding on to resentment, freeing your heart from the weight of negativity and allowing you to focus on positive and constructive aspects of your life. Moreover, when you let God handle your struggles, you allow yourself to remain calm and centered. Instead of being consumed by the conflict, you can cultivate inner peace and resilience. This sense of calm is not passive, it is an active choice to remain grounded and focused on your own growth and well-being, even in the midst of adversity. By doing so, you create a space for clarity and wisdom, making it easier to navigate challenges with grace and composure. Trusting that God will fight your battles also provides a sense of reassurance and hope. In moments of difficulty, it can be easy to feel alone and overwhelmed. However, faith in a higher power offers the comfort of knowing that you are not facing your challenges on your own. This belief can inspire hope and courage, encouraging you to persevere through tough times with the confidence that a greater plan is at work. Letting God fight your battles doesn't mean being passive or indifferent to the situation. It's about aligning your actions with faith and integrity while trusting that the ultimate outcome is in divine hands. It involves continuing to act with righteousness and justice, but without the need to control or manipulate the results. This approach ensures that your actions are guided by your values rather than by reactive emotions. Additionally, trusting God to handle your battles helps you grow spiritually. It strengthens your faith and deepens your relationship with the divine. As you see the results of this trust unfold, your faith is reinforced, leading to greater spiritual maturity and understanding. This growth is not only about the outcome of specific battles, but also about developing a broader perspective on life and its challenges. Ultimately, letting God fight your battles is a powerful expression of faith and surrender. It's about acknowledging that while you can take steps to address challenges, you do so with the understanding that the ultimate resolution is guided by a higher power. This trust empowers you to navigate life's struggles with confidence, peace, and a deep sense of divine support, knowing that you are not alone in your journey. In conclusion, embracing the principle of never reacting when someone hurts you is not merely about restraining yourself, it's about choosing a path of profound wisdom and inner strength. By understanding that silence can speak volumes and that the power of forgiveness and trusting in a higher power can transform your approach to conflict, you equip yourself to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. When you guard your heart, you protect your emotional well-being and ensure that you are not swayed by negativity. By mastering your emotions and seeking understanding rather than retaliation, you maintain control over your responses and demonstrate true strength. Responding with grace, viewing situations from the bigger picture, and relying on a secure sense of identity help you rise above the immediate pain and focus on what truly matters. Ultimately, letting God fight your battles frees you from the burden of seeking revenge or holding on to resentment. It allows you to live in peace, knowing that divine wisdom is guiding the outcomes of your struggles. This faith in a higher power, combined with your own inner strength, enables you to handle hurt with dignity and maintain a positive, forward-focused perspective. By adopting these principles, you not only protect your own well-being, but also set a powerful example for others. You show that it is possible to face adversity with calm and courage, to forgive and move on, and to trust in a greater plan. This approach not only transforms your own life, but also fosters a more compassionate and understanding world. So let us commit to these principles and face each challenge with the confidence that comes from knowing our identity is secure, that silence speaks louder than words, and that our battles are fought not alone, but with the support of divine strength. In doing so, we create a life of peace, purpose, and profound resilience.